People are way more predictable than we want to admit, and scientific studies into our personalities have gotten surprisingly good at tracking the patterns we leave behind without even realizing it. By the end of this video, you may feel seen, supported, mildly attacked, or all of the above. I'm Mike with List 25, and these are 25 bizarre ways your personality predicts your future. 25. Optimists navigate longer.
I'm going to do a terrific show today because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Let's be honest. People like Stuart Smalley got it good. Even if it seems contrived, something about that positive attitude actually works. Good news for our glass half full friends. People who predict positive outcomes in their lives will survive longer and maintain better health. Optimistic people respond to stress in distinct ways. People who expect problems to have solutions tend to have lower stress hormone levels because they view obstacles as short-term difficulties. They experience less chronic stress, develop lower inflammation levels, and have better heart health. Exercising regularly and building strong social bonds are good practices for preventative care and for living longer. Research shows that optimism functions as a protective factor, benefiting people from birth until death. 24. Pessimists detect threats faster. Winston Churchill once said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." But remember that pessimists bring something valuable to the table too. Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. Hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Their minds are always on the lookout for danger, and you better believe this vigilance pays off in situations where something has gone very wrong. Studies in cognitive psychology show that pessimists pick up on negative cues more quickly. They'll notice subtle shifts in tone and body language, or risks in their surroundings that optimistic people might be more likely to overlook. Former CIA agent Andrew Bustamante has actually called anxiety a superpower for agents seeking more hypervigilance. This makes them better at avoiding accidents, helps them catch errors early, and prepares them for worst-case scenarios. Their heightened awareness can reduce real-world danger if they're driving, building a budget, or facing an emergency. Of course, that means dealing with extra stress, but it also means pessimists often save everyone from walking directly into preventable disasters. 23. Introverts hear background noise more intensely. Introverts notoriously prefer solitude over boisterous social gatherings with too many people. They often feel overwhelmed in loud environments, but this may be because their brains process sensory input more deeply. Neuroscientists have found that introverts have higher baseline cortical arousal, the brain's state of alertness, which makes even ordinary background noise feel like sensory overload. This is why an office can feel like a battle arena of tapping keyboards, humming lights, and coworkers loudly discussing last night's lasagna. Introverts don't have better hearing, but they simply process each new stimulus with more depth, which creates mental fatigue faster than most people. Give them a calm and quiet environment, though, and their focus sharpens. They think clearly, concentrate longer, and work with impressive depth. They just need fewer distractions competing for their attention. But research suggests experience is a factor. Social skills, like muscles, can be improved and strengthened. An introverted person raised in a noisy, lively household might learn to handle overstimulation more effectively, even if it still drains them, helping their social battery last longer than that of other introverts. 22. Extroverts underestimate risk. While introverts manage noise carefully, extroverts approach life head-on. Their brains respond strongly to potential upsides, which makes possible dangers feel less critical. This doesn't mean extroverts are careless. It means their decision-making places greater weight on excitement than on caution, so they step into opportunities others avoid, like Ferris Bueller dragging Cameron along for the day off in his dad's convertible. This mindset leads to high-intensity careers like sales, entertainment, or aviation, where quick thinking and tolerance for uncertainty are key. Extroverts thrive on adrenaline-stimulating experiences that increase their degree of comfort taking risks. When managed well, this mindset can encourage bold actions. Greater the risk, greater the rewards. 21. Highly agreeable people earn less. If you're agreeable, you're kind, cooperative, patient, and eager to keep the peace. These traits make wonderful coworkers and highly valued friends. But in competitive work settings, there can be financial disadvantages. Agreeable individuals hesitate to negotiate, push back, or highlight their accomplishments. The team members perform their difficult work tasks without complaining because they understand their present efforts will result in future recognition. Corporate culture promotes employees who want to draw attention through promotional activities instead of recognizing employees who just get outstanding results without seeking public recognition. The practice of companies awarding more recognition to assertive employees than to agreeable ones results in lower salaries for skilled, agreeable workers who match or surpass their assertive colleagues. None of this means they aren't capable. Their empathy and teamwork skills are invaluable. A bit of assertiveness can help balance their natural desire for harmony with their long-term career goals. Nice guys don't finish last per se, but they don't get the big raise. Because if you don't believe in yourself, it's hard for others to believe in you. So go out on a limb and stick up for yourself, because doggone it, people like you. 20. Neurotic people remember threats better. Now, if part of your major malfunction includes channeling too much of your inner Larry David, you can curb your lack of enthusiasm, because there's good news. People high in neuroticism experience emotions intensely, which means negative events are more deeply embedded in memory. A small embarrassment, a mistake at work, or a conflict can replay in their minds long after everyone else has forgotten it. If you ever fall out of your chair while giving a big speech and then decide that someone's out to get you, that might be well enough to keep you up at night and to make you conclude you've got the worst pillow in town. This can lead to worry or annoyance, but it also means neurotic individuals rarely repeat mistakes. Their threat memory bias makes them cautious, prepared, and aware of potential consequences. They tend to plan and double-check decisions. While constantly replaying it all in their minds can be exhausting, it also gives them an advantage. They notice patterns, anticipate outcomes, and avoid risky situations. That's because their memories are unusually vivid and foreboding. And avoiding risks is pretty good. 19. Open-minded people move more often. More open-minded people are more likely to crave new experiences and growth. They're drawn to fresh surroundings, diverse cultures, and new ways of living. And that makes them even more likely to decide to upend their whole life to live somewhere else. If they find themselves living too long in one place, it can feel constricting, especially if their environment ceases to satisfy their curiosity. Open-minded individuals move to new cities or even countries for education, career shifts, exploration, or simply the joy of living somewhere different. They're more adaptable and resilient because uncertainty is energizing to them, rather than daunting. People who move their entire lives show their true nature because they want to learn about different places, even though it requires starting over. People with open minds view moving day as their story's next chapter, because they understand it leads to the start of a whole new journey. 18. Detail-oriented personalities have cleaner homes. Detail-oriented people notice small things that others overlook. A bit of clutter, or even one dish out of place, raises the alarm bells. Or it could be paperwork stacked unevenly. These tiny details irritate them in the same way a crooked painting vexes someone with a perfectionist type of attitude. Far from merely nitpicking, they are heavily reliant on routines, systems, and structure. So for them, maintaining a clean home feels natural. They excel in creating environments that are well planned and run smoothly. Although they don't obsessively clean, they maintain regular tidiness with minimal effort. Research indicates that conscientious people tend to complete chores more effectively due to their methodical approach. Perhaps They're also just chasing after a home that gives them that spark of joy that Marie Kondo insists lies at the bottom of a cleaned out junk drawer. When conscientious people organize their spaces, those spaces will reflect a mind that values order as the foundation for calm and productivity. Now, get back to that. Now to get back to building that shelf organizer my fiance made me buy online. 17. Messy personality types are more creative. On the other end of the spectrum, people who prefer living in messy environments will be more likely to display higher creativity. Their surroundings will usually have so many random objects that they can offer a spark for unconventional ideas. A cluttered desk transforms into a landscape of unexpected connections. People who are more comfortable with disorder are also keen to accept ambiguity, experimentation in their lifestyle, and nonlinear thinking. Those kinds of minds will explore possibilities without too many concerns about tidiness or strict structure. Their spaces may look disorganized, but their brains make quick associations between unrelated concepts, which is at the heart of creative thinking. Many creators, inventors, and artists fall into this category. What looks like a mess to others is often a system of inspiration for them. If you have a messy desk, don't fret. You're in good company, right along with Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, Mark Twain, and Thomas Edison. Don't let anyone cramp your style, you eccentric genius. 16. Impulsive people snack more, predicting future weight changes. Impulsive individuals have great difficulty delaying gratification, making resisting convenient snacks a tad more difficult. They gravitate toward immediate rewards, especially sugary or high-calorie foods. This leads to more frequent snacking and more spontaneous eating patterns throughout the day. People who snack more than their activity level and diet requirements will experience weight gain over the following years. The problem reaches beyond the basic abilities required for self-regulation. The pattern appears during early development, and it may lead to weight changes in the future. People who understand how impulsivity affects their behavior can start making lifestyle changes that help them make healthier food choices. It's always good to keep a good journal and develop ways to have some self-accountability, just to keep things consistent. Planning is a great way to mitigate impulsive action. 15. Highly conscientious people sleep better, which predicts longer lifespans. Like detail-oriented people, conscientious folks rely on routines, self-discipline, and structure. And these traits directly translate into better sleep. They tend to maintain regular schedules, avoid late-night stimulation, and follow habits that support rest. Better sleep strengthens the immune system, improves cognitive performance, reduces stress, and protects heart health. Over the decades, these benefits add up, which is why conscientious people often live longer. They practice long-term consistency rather than short bursts of effort. Their bedtime habits are part of a larger pattern, like taking care of themselves in predictable, sustainable ways that protect their future. 14. People who talk fast tend to think fast, predicting job success in competitive fields. Rapid speech often reflects rapid mental processing. People who speak quickly tend to analyze, respond, and adapt faster, especially under pressure. This makes them effective in careers that demand quick thinking, such as law, finance, sales, and leadership roles. Their communication style helps them convey ideas efficiently and handle complex conversations without losing track. Fast talkers also navigate high-pressure environments more comfortably because their minds keep pace with dynamic situations. This doesn't mean they're automatically more intelligent. It means their cognitive processing speed gives them an advantage in fast-paced fields where quick decisions matter. 13. People who walk fast live longer and often have goal-oriented personalities. Walking speed is one of the strongest predictors of longevity, even when controlling for age and health. Power walkers unite! Fast walkers tend to be more active, more motivated, and more determined in their daily lives. Their pace reflects their mindset. They move with purpose, stay physically engaged, and maintain cardiovascular strength. Research suggests that fast walking correlates with personality traits like drive, conscientiousness, and a proactive approach to challenges. People who walk quickly often bring the same energy into their goals, relationships, and responsibilities. Their pace is both a physical and psychological indicator of vitality. 12. People who use sarcasm demonstrate better problem-solving abilities, which indicates their potential for leadership roles. Sarcasm requires people to use their minds to consider multiple layers of meaning. People need to infer the hidden meanings conveyed in a conversation or situation in order to connect. Like when someone shows up late and the boss says, "How nice of you to join us." That situation might feel a bit mean, but if it rains on your picnic and you say, "Great weather we're having," it could be seen as keeping things light. Sarcasm builds problem-solving skills and mental flexibility. Research shows that people who use sarcasm or understand sarcasm do better on tasks that need fresh ideas. People who use it show they have confidence and social skills. Those traits can really help in leadership. The right context lets sarcasm spark deeper thinking and strategic understanding. The ability to understand humor and deliver humor both show the kind of mental flexibility one would want in a team leader. So yeah, you totally don't need to use sarcasm. 11. People who create plans in advance experience reduced anxiety. Planning ahead is more than an organizational practice. I may like to fly by the seat of my pants sometimes, but let me just say that it's also true that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Research indicates that planning leads to decreased anxiety levels, improved life control, and greater overall life satisfaction. People who plan their tasks into smaller sections avoid stress buildup. That way, they can identify potential challenges and develop strategies for handling unknown situations, while avoiding the stressful behavior of last-minute rushing, which can lead to emotional breakdowns. This helps keep stress levels in check, producing a peaceful inner state. Over time, planners achieve better career outcomes and maintain better financial security. This helps create a mental space that allows people to feel secure about their future, so anxiety does not control their lives. 10. People who use profanity frequently show authenticity. People who use profanity frequently show little to no interest in social approval because they choose to express their authentic thoughts and emotions. Now, before you say, "What the f-?" just think about it. Honest communication through words builds trust between people in relationships. Those who express themselves openly, even when dropping a few four-letter words, achieve better conflict resolution because they show their genuine emotions. In contrast, people who swear don't necessarily become more aggressive, but they do reveal their authentic feelings. That's why everyone loves and hates Gordon Ramsay. He acts like an asshole, but at least you know if that chicken you tried to cook is raw or not. When people reveal their authentic selves to each other, their bond becomes stronger. 9. People who establish boundaries with ease create enduring relationships. People who establish distinct boundaries in their relationships develop stronger bonds, which leads to enduring emotional stability. It's about showing self-respect and assertiveness while being ready to handle brewing problems before they turn toxic. Research in interpersonal psychology has found that people who express their boundaries directly experience reduced resentment and burnout, and also have fewer patterns of unhealthy compromise. People who set boundaries can also have better emotional availability. Others perceive them as safe because their expectations become clear and obvious. The ability to set boundaries through "no, not now," and "that doesn't work" leads to better romantic relationships and respectful friendships. And of course, less time spent in toxic situations. Setting boundaries lays the foundation for people to develop emotionally mature relationships and bring stability to their lives. So now you have a healthy response to your boss asking you to come in this weekend. 8. People who enjoy horror movies develop stronger resilience. The controlled environment of horror fans allows their brains to learn how to handle anxiety and adrenaline. The exposure to frightening content in movies and stories will enable viewers to experience stress signals while remaining protected. The brain develops better emotional control through this process, allowing people to stay calm during real emergencies. Research indicates that people who enjoy horror content develop better crisis management skills because their brains learn to handle fear without losing control. Their ability to think clearly under stress allows them to adapt quickly while maintaining control when others lose their composure. Their interest in scary content serves to develop their ability to handle challenging situations. So, yelling at the camp counselor to run faster from Jason may actually have some benefits. I'm still not watching them though. I hate horror movies. I refuse. 7. People who doodle during class time show better memory retention. The practice of doodling helps people stay focused when their minds start to wander. Doodlers create bare visual references that help them remember information better than people who daydream. Research indicates that drawing basic shapes during learning sessions helps students retain information by using enough mental resources to prevent mind wandering. Doodling helps people focus and remember information better. People who doodle while listening to information tend to retain more of it, leading to better performance on tests and in meetings. Their random drawings serve as a hidden memory aid. I knew there was some good reason I was good at drawing that cool S shape on my Trapper Keeper dozens of times. You know which one I'm talking about. 6. People who maintain a journal develop better mental health. Journaling helps people manage their emotions more effectively, gain clarity about their thoughts, and reduce stress. The process of writing about life events transforms unclear emotions into structured stories, which enhances emotional understanding and personal strength. Practicing self-reflection improves communication, patience, and empathy, strengthening relationships. Journaling enhances conflict resolution and understanding, leading to emotional stability and resilient, peaceful relationships. As therapy, journaling benefits personal well-being and relationship stability. So, when in doubt, write it down. 5. People who enjoy spicy food actively seek out thrilling experiences. Eating spicy food triggers the release of adrenaline and endorphins, which provide thrill seekers with a controlled, edible experience of intense sensation. People who consume hot foods at high levels tend to have higher sensation-seeking scores because they seek out new experiences and challenging situations. Their preference for intense food experiences leads them to seek out additional thrilling activities. People who enjoy spicy food demonstrate their love for intense experiences through their daily food choices. Their preference for spicy food shows an interest in experiencing new sensations while they test their personal boundaries through single intense bites. So I guess being on an episode of Hot Ones is one way to prove you're about that adventurous life. 4. People who avoid conflicts tend to stay in their current jobs even when those positions aren't good for them. People who avoid conflict tend to stay in bad jobs for longer periods because they shy away from discussing uncomfortable matters. The process of requesting a salary increase or a job transfer, or of dealing with difficult managers, becomes too challenging for them. They opt to remain in their current situation rather than voice their concerns. This causes them to have to deal with workplace stress and sometimes face unfair treatment, which can be really hard for them. Their need to maintain peace creates an environment in which they remain in situations that exhaust them while blocking their professional development. Avoiding conflicts leads to delayed career advancement and reduced long-term job fulfillment. Learning to express themselves assertively through small actions will help them establish better working relationships. 3. People who laugh loudly at things create instant trust. Having a good sense of humor can really lighten up the room, so it's no wonder that people who laugh loudly and with enthusiasm make everyone else around them feel safe. People tend to trust individuals who laugh a lot because the act of laughing offers a sense of shared comfort. This is because laughter releases dopamine, which is our feel-good chemical. And when people feel good around you, they're more likely to trust you. People form close friendships and attachments with others when they can share a few chuckles. Making a habit of laughing helps expand your social circles and create a strong support network. Laughter also gives people a chance to share special moments, which deepens relationships. Openness with others builds stability and fulfillment. I love to laugh. And you know, I once knew a man with a wooden leg named Smith. 2. People who dislike tardiness develop into dependable leaders who will become future managers. People who value punctuality treat time as an essential element of respect.
And you're late.
What?
You're late.
Their punctuality reflects strong organizational skills, self-discipline, and dependability. Colleagues see these as a sign of professionalism and leadership potential. Those who dislike being late demonstrate careful planning, responsibility, and commitment. These qualities suit them for managerial roles where they can ask others to do the same. Their reliability fosters trust, and their organization supports stability. A person's distaste for being late can then develop into a sign that indicates their potential for future leadership roles. 1. People who choose night over day tend to be more rebellious. Night owls operate with distinct mental processes. People who identify as night owls actively choose to work outside of traditional hours to break free from conventional work schedules. Their creative abilities peak during the time when almost everyone else is sleeping. People living outside the norm follow their bliss and entrepreneurial spirit. They strive to make their writing, artistic, and musical pursuits their main priority. Night owls capitalize on their late-night solitude to explore new ideas and develop deep thoughts, and create original work. Their preference for burning the midnight oil highlights their need for self-reliance. Buckminster Fuller conducted polyphasic sleep experiments as part of his visionary work and swore by the results. These personality characteristics lead people toward careers that value creative thinking, adaptable work methods, and innovative approaches. Well, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this list, let me know which one surprised you the most, or which one made you realize, yep, that's definitely me. Thanks for watching, and take care of yourself. Whether you're an optimist, a night owl, a doodler, or someone who's currently eating something way too spicy. Oh, and be sure to watch this video on the 25 important things to know about multiple personality disorders, just in case you feel like all of the above. Be well, and I'll see you all next time.